Imagine a city so grand, so legendary, that empires rose and fell just to touch its walls. A city where ancient Rome still breathed, and where the last light of the medieval world flickered. This was Constantinople. And in 1453, after over 1,000 years, that light would be extinguished. This is the story of the day an empire died, and the modern world began, the fall of Constantinople. Pan over Byzantine mosaics, decaying walls, golden icons. By 1453, the Byzantine Empire was but a shadow of its former self. Once stretching across the Mediterranean under emperors like Justinian, it had been chipped away by Crusaders, Ottomans, and time itself. The city of Constantinople remained, proud, defiant, decaying. Its mighty Theodosian walls, built 1,000 years ago, still stood, 3 layers of stone and mortar that had repelled enemies for centuries. Inside those walls, only about 50,000 souls remained, priests, nobles, merchants, and soldiers, all under the leadership of Emperor Constantine V Palaiologos, the last Byzantine emperor. Outside those walls gathered doom. In the east, a young, ambitious ruler had risen, Sultan Mehmed II, just 21 years old. But don't let the age fool you. This was no ordinary sultan. Mehmed dreamed of glory, not just conquest, but immortality. He wanted Constantinople, not just as a city, but as a symbol that Islam had risen, that Rome was finally gone, and that he, Mehmed, was the ruler of 2 worlds, East and West. He gathered over 80,000 troops, including elite janissaries, cavalry, engineers, and a secret weapon, a massive cannon, built by a Hungarian engineer named Orban. It was so huge it took 60 oxen to move. Its name? The Basilic, the dragon of the battlefield. Drums beat, ships gather, campfires glow like stars. On April 6, 1453, the siege of Constantinople began. The Ottoman fleet blocked the Bosporus, their cannon began to roar, and the ground shook, but Constantinople did not fall. The walls held, Greek fire scorched enemy ladders. Crossbows rained from the towers, and Emperor Constantine, sword in hand, fought alongside his men. But the Byzantines were vastly outnumbered, only about 7,000 defenders, including 2,000 Genoese mercenaries, led by a brilliant commander named Giovanni Giustiniani. Still, morale was high. The defenders believed, just maybe, the West would come, that Catholic Europe would not let the Second Rome fall. But help never came. Map shows the Golden Horn, a narrow waterway blocked by a chain. The Byzantines had blocked the harbour, the Golden Horn, with a huge iron chain. So Mehmed came up with a plan that shocked the world. He dragged 70 ships across land, on greased logs, through forests, over hills, and lowered them into the Golden Horn. The defenders awoke to find enemy ships behind their walls. Panic spread. Constantine sent fire ships to burn the Ottoman fleet, but the attack failed. The noose was tightening. Thunder, darkness, whispers in the Hagia Sophia. On the night of May 28th, a strange silence fell. Inside Constantinople, priests and people gathered in the Hagia Sophia, the grand cathedral of the empire, to pray. Catholics and Orthodox together, united in fear. Emperor Constantine knelt before the altar. Then he rose and removed his crown. His last words were to his men, "I will not abandon the city. I am the emperor. I will die with my people." At dawn, May 29, 1453, the final assault began. Waves of Ottoman troops stormed the walls, first the irregulars, then the Anatolian troops, and finally, the Janissaries. Giustiniani was wounded, the defenders broke, and Constantine, sword in hand, charged into the fight. He was never seen again. The gates opened. The Ottomans flooded the city. Hagia Sophia was turned into a mosque. The crescent replaced the cross, and for 3 days, the city was looted. But Mehmed did something extraordinary. He walked into the Hagia Sophia, placed his hand on the marble and said, "You are mine now." He stopped the looting, declared himself Kaiser I Rum, Caesar of Rome, and began rebuilding the city, now called Istanbul. He invited Greeks, Jews, Armenians and Muslims to settle. A new empire was born, the Ottoman Empire, which would last for nearly 500 more years. The fall of Constantinople marked the end of the Middle Ages. It shook Europe. It sent scholars fleeing west, carrying ancient texts that helped ignite the Renaissance. It changed warfare forever, and it reminded the world that even the greatest cities, the grandest empires can fall. But from ruins, something new always rises,